Hello my favorite humans, I'm back. I am back in Melbourne and I'm shooting this video for you today, which is a updated hair care routine slash air wrap tutorial. I am going to show you how I achieved this wavy kind of fake blowout, and I'm going to walk you through my holy grail hair products and what I do to keep my hair nice and healthy and shiny and growing. My goal is to have healthy long hair. I'm still in the process of growing it to the length that I want, but if you have been here from the beginning, you would know that I used to have a very short bob, and I have kind of been on this hair growth journey for the last couple of years. So without any further waiting, we're going to get straight into this video, and I'm going to link everything below as per normal. We're going to start off in the shower first. So I will wash my hair twice per week. I try to wash it on the third or fourth day. The longer I can push it, the better. I don't like to overwash my hair. I also personally do not have super oily hair, and I feel like my hair can hold onto that third day, and then I kind of do need the dry shampoo. But in the shower, I always do 2 shampoos. The first shampoo that I do is a clarifying detox shampoo. At the moment, I'm using the Ouai. I really like this one. I then rinse that out, make sure I give it a good scrub. I go through my whole scalp with my nails, and then I go in with a second shampoo. And at the moment I'm using I'm gonna say this wrong. I believe it's Oribe, not Oribe or Oribe, but I use the Gold Lust Repair and Restore shampoo, and I really like this one. I am going to recommend another brand in a second too. At the moment, these work wonders, and I truly think that this also helps keep my hair clean. The reason I recommend a clarifying shampoo is because my hairdresser told me, especially if you are somebody who puts a lot of product in your hair, hairspray, mousse, dry shampoo, it can build up on your scalp along with your natural scalp's oils and whatever else happens to your head and scalp in the day. And so this really gets it nice and clean and squeaky, and just, I feel like adds to the finished product once it's dry. So in both hair wash days of the week, I will use both of these products. Where I alternate is in the conditioning step. So on hair wash day 1 of the week, I will go in with a conditioner. At the moment, I'm loving the Kevin Murphy. Again, I go to the blue one, the repair one. And I always just go for repair products because I think they are more hydrating, especially if you are somebody who has highlights in your hair or you have bleach in your hair. I think you cannot go wrong with extra repair. I do like the shampoo of this too. And before I was using this one, I was using the shampoo equivalent of the Kevin Murphy one. It's a really great product as well. And then on the second hair wash day, instead of conditioning my hair in the shower, I don't use this. I still do the first 2 shampoos. I towel dry my hair, I get out, and I use K18. Here I'm going to show you how I use it. I do about 3 to 4 pumps, and then you need to activate the product in your hand simply by rubbing your palms together like this. That's not ready yet. You need to wait until it is almost completely white. It becomes a bit tacky, and then I work this through my ends first, and then whatever I have left over remaining, I go back over into my roots. Now, once you put the K18 in your hair, you need to wait about 5 minutes before you do anything else.
A few moments later.
And then I give it a brush through, and I'm ready for heat protector. As you can see, I just showed you how I do that. This product has saved the health of my hair. Some of you might recall that I didn't like it in the beginning, and that is because it is a trust the process product. This works from the inside out and doesn't kind of give you immediately like a soft, really smooth hair. I felt like my hair was so rough and so yuck when I first started using it. Initially, they tell you to use it consecutively for 6 washes, and then whenever you need it after that. At the moment, I think especially on the back of traveling, especially on the back of summer, I have been gravitating to doing it every 2nd wash. But sometimes I'll do it every 3rd wash or every 4th wash whenever I just feel like my hair is needing a little bit of like a pep up. I love this product. I swear by this product. It is expensive, but it is worth its weight in gold, and my hair health has been the best it's ever been, and I truly believe it's because of K18. We are still in hair wash day, all right? So I've either conditioned the hair or I've done K18, and the next step before any heat gets put on this hair is heat protector. I'm going to show you 2 that I have been using. The first one is this. I told you guys I'm clumsy. The Icon Welder by Evo, it is a spray. And then the second one is the Kérastase. This is Ciment Thermique in the resistance range. My first time using this, my 20th or 30th time using this. I've used this since I had like blonde hair, back when it was fully highlighted and full of bleach, and this is a gorgeous product. I gravitate to this one more. This one, I'm 3/4 of the way through. It's okay, it's not bad, I don't mind it. And at the end of the day, I think as long as you're using a heat protector, it doesn't matter which one you are using, just make sure you find one in the consistency that you like. For me, I prefer a cream. This is cream, and I put a small 20-cent piece amount into the palm of my hands. I work it through all of the ends, and then I work it through the top and the roots, and I give it a brush before we go in with any heat. I really love this one, and if you are looking for a new heat protector, I highly recommend it. Now for the fun part. This bad boy here, steep learning curve, very expensive, not suitable for all hair types. When I first bought this, my hair was really short and it was really hard for me to use it. I wouldn't recommend it if your hair is at bob level length. Some people might disagree with me in the comments. You might have a bob and you might love your Airwrap, but for me, I felt like I couldn't use it. I also wouldn't recommend it if your hair does not hold waves, curls, any kind of volume. If you have very straight, very thin, very fine hair, I believe it will be hard to hold with an Airwrap. It has taken me so long to figure out how to use this and to get the best possible results for me. Even I can only get my waves to kind of hold like for a day or two. I often will refresh the Airwrap in the second or third day before I'm washing it on that hair wash day. But I'll be back in just 1 second and I'll show you how we achieve these looks. When it comes to my Airwrap, I use 3 attachments, the ones I'm showing you right now: the flyaway, the blowout brush, and the thinnest, longest curling attachment. To my damp hair, I take the blowout brush. I don't rough dry it anymore. In sections, I will blow wave my hair. Now, I'm not a hairdresser, but I try to give it volume, okay? I try to lift the hair off the root, put the brush in a few different angles. I love doing the front part like this specifically because it gives you a nice kind of flowy part. And I will dry my hair like this until it's about, I reckon, 95% dry. I could leave it like that if I wanted straight hair, but I don't. I like to have some volume. So I go in with the curling attachment. The trick is to make sure you are going away from your face. This is the left side of my face. See how the left is going around? And I do guide the hair around the attachment. And then after each layer, I hairspray it. Again, I do this in 3 sections too, just so I don't miss any hair. And then when I'm done, I give my whole head a hairspray. I will literally do my makeup, get ready, and I will wait until the very, very last minute to take a wide tooth comb through the hair, and that way you get a gorgeous kind of wavy look. And this seems to hold for me for at least a day or two. And even after saying all of that about the Airwrap, for me, for my hair, I would go back and have purchased it when I did. I bought that myself and I don't have any regrets. If anything, I'm grateful because it has stopped me straightening my hair. It has stopped me using curling tongs, curling wands, other hair dryers. And I think the heat that comes off the Airwrap is so much more gentle, and the health of my hair is testament to that. Again, please do your research first and understand your own hair type before you go make a big investment like that. The other good thing is there are so many like Dyson Airwrap dupes out there. There's the Shark Flex, there's also the Revlon blowout brush, which I've tried on the channel before, and there's lots of other options if you're not wanting to, I guess, make such a big investment into your hair. And I have heard really good things about the Shark. I don't know if there's any other dupes out there, but if you have them, leave them in the comments for other people to read as well. The next product is the K18 oil. This is their molecular repair hair oil. It can be used as a heat protector on damp hair, or it can be used as like a finisher, like an oil finisher. I use it as a finisher. So typically I would put this in my hair if I've got like any flyaways. Now, I never go into the root with this product. I do 2 drops in the palm of my hands. I go through the ends first, and then I rub my hands together. I might even pat them on a towel, and then I just go very lightly over the top. I don't want to make my hair any more oily or heavier than it needs to be. I don't think this makes it super oily, but I'm scared about going straight on the route with a product like this. And I think it provides a nice shine. At the moment, I don't actually have it in. I'm going out later tonight for date night, so I might do it then once I've gotten ready and I'm about to head out. It's kind of like the last step I'll do once I have combed the hair. As you saw in the Airwrap tutorial, we have the Color Wow cult favorite firm and flexible hairspray. This hairspray, unbeatable. It doesn't make your hair crunchy. It can be brushed out, it can be worked with, but it still holds the shape. It still holds the volume. If I'm doing a slick back, I would use this. If I'm needing to get rid of flyaways that are really, really crazy, say if I'm in the Gold Coast, I would use this just to keep them at bay. I really like this and it's lasted me forever. This is the first one I've bought. I need to go buy another one because it's running out, but I've had this for a long time. Now I'm moving on to other hair tools, miscellaneous hair tools. I'm talking hair clips, combs, brushes. An essential in my bathroom is a wide tooth comb. I actually have one in my car and I've got one in my bathroom. This is the one that's meant to be in my car. It's from Oribe. The other one I have is just a gold, very similar wide tooth situation. I don't know what brand that one is. And I use this to brush through my Airwrap, like the Airwrap curls or the Airwrap waves, and it just separates them, makes it nice and fluffy, and I really love that. I will also, if I'm going out to an event, take it with me, brush it through before I head in. If I'm getting out of the car, brush it through. If I'm in the podcast studio, I'd brush it through with this. I tend not to use a hairbrush on my hair because I feel like it separates the curls and doesn't make them last as long, whereas this is gentle enough. If you don't have a wide tooth comb on you, you can also just use your fingers. It does the same thing. You don't necessarily need to invest in that if you don't want to, but I like having them. Next up, this is my favorite hairbrush. It is Ugly Swan, and I use this whenever I need to brush my hair in general. Say in the morning when I wake up, if I've popped in dry shampoo, if I'm brushing through my conditioner in the shower, and I know they say don't brush your hair when it's wet. Hairdressers look away. I do brush my hair when it's wet. I need to brush through the K18 and I need to brush through the heat protector. So that's why I do it. My hair is okay. I mean, proceed with your own caution, but I really like this. It doesn't tangle, it doesn't pull, it doesn't make my hair hurt when I'm using it. So 10 out of 10 for me. And then you will notice that I love claw clips and I love having my hair up in a clip over a hair tie. Some of you are going to be like, well, why? And I'll just explain what I like. Of course, you do you, but I have found and been told by my hairdresser that when you tie your hair up in a ponytail or you do slick backs often, it can really put pressure on your hair and you can potentially pull it out from the root depending on how tight you do your slick back. Also, having that hair tie tied really tightly around your hair can cause breakage at that point. And so I don't tie my hair up when I sleep. I don't tie my hair up in the gym. I know that upsets some people. I rarely have my hair up, and it's just because I think it's better for your hair health if you don't. And if I do need to do it, I would use a claw clip because that's a bit more gentle when it is securing the hair. Speaking of dry shampoo, we have Chlorine. This is such a goodie, so affordable. And then I also have a higher end one from Sephora. It's Amica. This one is a volumizing one. It says per cup. And I would typically use this one if I'm just trying to get through another day to be able to wash my hair. So if it's say day 3 and I don't want to wash it today, I would put that in the night before. Or if it's day 4 and I don't want to wash it, I would put this in the night before. I typically put in my dry shampoo for that reason at night, and I feel like while you sleep, it absorbs it. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I need to put it in the morning, and I will do that too. But the thing with dry shampoo is you're actually meant to apply it to freshly washed hair, which is bizarre to me, but it does work. So sometimes on occasion, if I'm styling my hair, say I've got a wedding or I'm about to catch a flight or I am overseas or I'm interstate and I have freshly washed hair, just to give it a bit of grittiness, I tend to use this one for the volume reason, and it just gives my hair a little bit of grip, and it does actually keep your hair cleaner for longer. If I do this on freshly washed hair, and wait, let me explain. I don't do it when the hair is wet. I would need my hair to be freshly washed and dried just like it is now. I would have hairsprayed it already. I would have styled it, and then I would go in and just add in my dry shampoo where I need it. I'm not going to do it today because there's no need. I'm happy with my hair the way it is, and I don't think I need to extend any hair wash days, and I don't think I need extra volume today. But I do really like that little hack in case you need it and you didn't know that you could do that. Moving right along, and we are up to my hair vitamins now. So this is the JS Health Hair and Energy. Please follow directions for use. Please get your own professional medical advice. What I'm about to say is not medical advice. I like supplements. These are the only hair vitamins I've taken. I've been taking them on and off since 2023, and hair vitamins can support hair health and hair growth. So it is a part of my hair care routine, and that's why I've popped it in this video. The next product is a mousse. So this is the Color Wow Volume Bombshell Volumizer Extra Large Mousse. If you need a mousse, I highly recommend this one. If you use it, especially if you're like a curly girl and you want to scrunch your natural curls, this is a beautiful product. I use it for slick backs if I need to do a slick back, or if I need my Airwrap waves to really hold. So if it's like a wedding or a special event, and I would put this in when my hair is wet. So it would go after the heat protector before the heat is applied, and then I would blow wave it into the hair and do the next steps as per normal. It does provide a longer hold than hairspray alone. So if you are struggling with your Airwrap and curls holding, maybe try using a mousse, because I have found that that provides some extra hold and strength in the hair rather than hairspray alone. And then I've got the Ouai wave spray, which again I would use in the same instance. So instead of the mousse, and it really depends on where I'm going and what look I'm trying to go for, but instead of the mousse, I would pop this in when the hair is wet, and then I would air wrap my hair, and it would hold longer and stronger with this. You can also apply this after your hair is done and styled. Say right now I could apply it, but I personally find it too wet and too heavy. I think it just makes my hair wet again after I've already dried it. So I do it while the hair is already wet, and then I dry it off. It can be used that way though. And I guess my recommendation would be whatever products you're using, obviously they're personal to everyone. These are personal to me, and the way I use them are personal to me. I'm just giving you, I guess, an updated version of this because I get asked a lot about my hair products and about my hair care. I will go through some other tips that I do as well, and that includes getting regular haircuts. So it really depends on where my hair appointments fall, but I reckon I would get a haircut maybe every 8 to 12 weeks, sometimes 8 to 14 weeks. It just depends on what I've got in there. And it's so important that you do cut your hair because it stops like breakage, it stops split ends. If you also get highlights in your hair, it's important to trim away those dead ends. I have highlights in my hair. It might not look like it to you guys, but if you can see the different shades of brown in my hair, those are highlights. We have bleached the hair in certain areas very finely, and then we have toned it back to like a cooler brunette or a darker brown to give that dimension. My hair is still drier where we have done that, especially around like my face framing, especially around the ends. And so it's important that I support that with regular trims too. And I know it can be counterintuitive, but don't be afraid to trim your hair. It will still grow. I had a bob and I was still getting frequent trims, and my hair has still grown to the length that it has grown. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else I would recommend? I already said I limit heat styling. If I don't need to, I won't do it. I don't do this, but you could do it, sleeping in a silk pillowcase or even in a silk hairnet or a hair cap. My overarching kind of thought is like it really depends on your hair color too, right? Because I think if I look back to when my hair was like really bleached and really blonde, it was so dry, it was so damaged, there was so much breakage. I had all split ends up here. It was horrible. And it was because I wasn't embracing my natural hair color, and it was because I was trying to force my hair to be a certain way when it didn't want to be that way. So I guess for me, my hair health has also improved because I embrace my natural hair color. I don't want to be blonde. I want to be brunette. I like being brunette. My hair is happy brunette, and there might be something in that, but that is a wrap. I hope I answered everything. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments and I will reply back to you. All right, I will see you guys in the vlog tomorrow. Look after yourselves, look after each other. Have a beautiful week ahead. Bye.